starts right now.
We now know the name of a man gunned down yesterday. It's a story we first told you about on the Night Beat.
So his widows identified him as 47-year-old Paul Wilson, and police are looking for the 3 suspects accused of killing him.
Our Daphne Gray spoke with Wilson's family, who says they are still in shock.
He was just trying to go to the store. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Chloe Bates is in disbelief right now.
I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm mad. I'm mad at the people that did it.
Her husband, 47-year-old Paul Wilson, gunned down outside of their apartment on Upland Road. San Antonio police say 3 suspects wearing masks with long rifles were chasing an unidentified woman in her car. They say that woman drove into the apartment complex before they opened fire. She wasn't injured, but Wilson, who was walking down the steps to his car, was hit. Bates says she just said bye to her husband moments before the shooting. She says he was walking down the steps to their car when several bullets rang out.
He didn't even stand a chance. You know what I'm saying? They was shooting so bad.
Wilson died at the scene, leaving behind 4 children and 2 grandchildren.
You know, they don't have no daddy no more.
Bates says her husband was a rapper who wrote about his life growing up on the East Side. She says he doesn't have a perfect past, but he's worked to turn that around.
For him to come so far and to end up laying dead in the middle of the street, you know, for something, like I keep saying, that wasn't even for him.
Her mission now is finding justice for the love of her life.
People need to think before they act. You know, because innocent lives is being taken.
San Antonio police are still searching for the 3 suspects responsible. They're asking anyone with any information to call police. At Public Safety Headquarters, Daphne Gray, KSAT 12 News.
The traffic moving in Kerr County after being stalled for hours because of a jackknifed big rig on I-10 West, but it is moving very slowly. This as we learn one person has died in those bad driving conditions. Our John Paul Barajas joins us now from Kerrville. He's been there all day. John Paul, what do we know about the death?
Steve, Kerrville police told us that last night when traffic was at a standstill, a tractor trailer was driving down the westbound lanes, coming up onto the essentially parked cars and tried hitting its brakes, but because of the icy roads, it flipped on its sides and crashed into a truck where 2 people were inside. One of those people has died due to their injuries as of this morning. And at this time, that is the only reported death out here on these conditions and these road conditions that we know of and that's been reported to us. And right now, traffic is moving. But like you said, it's still moving pretty slow because big rigs are still stalled on the sides of the roads or even on the I-10 lanes. But TxDOT and Kerr County crews are doing what they can to clear out as many trucks as possible before below freezing temperatures return. For people who have been on the roads out here, they've had to deal with tons of issues from icy roads, accidents, as well as trucks breaking down. Take a listen to what some truckers had to say.
I can't get this right now fixed. I'm dropping the trailer and I'm gonna head to town and we'll go from there. I'll either send a tow truck or a service truck or something, but I want to get to town. I want to eat and put some fuel. I'm running on fuel, low on fuel too.
Those 2 men's trucks are actually right here behind me. One of them decided to leave their cargo load behind because their brake air lines were actually frozen. The guy in the other truck actually got with them. They headed back into town to get some food and fuel. We'll hear from both of them as well as Kerr County officials tonight at 10. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thanks, John Paul. Almost 24 hours after the cold snap, more than 200 CPS Energy customers woke up without power this morning. Now, most of them do have their electricity back. But as for what caused the outages, CPS Energy, predicts that ice on trees is what caused the power to go out in areas like Universal City, Lucky Ranch, and Elm Creek. However, homeowners in the Elm Creek neighborhood in North San Antonio say that this could have been prevented if people just trim their trees.
All those trees overhang Orsinger, right? And they couldn't get a bucket truck down Orsinger. So, but those are not Elm Creek's property. You know, we don't trim trees over city property, right?
Yeah, so CPS Energy says that customers are responsible for the service line, which is the electric line from the utility pole to their home. That's a statement from them. Meanwhile, Public Works says that its department only tends to trees that are in the right of way.
Live cam right now, 39 degrees out there. The sun out, but the temperatures, they're already dropping from what we saw at 5 o'clock, Katie.
Yes, they are. And we're going to have another hard freeze overnight through early tomorrow morning. What was interesting today, I don't know if any of you guys experienced this, as I was driving into work, as the ice was melting off of, I think, some of the power lines and the trees, it was falling on my windshield. So that was something interesting happening today. Hopefully we got all those icicles melted so that they don't fall and cause any issues. But yeah, a chance to thaw out a bit today. We'll be back below freezing by about 10 o'clock tonight. And again, another hard freeze overnight. Our almanac today, 21 was our morning low here in San Antonio, but we managed to make it up to 43 this afternoon. Bottomed out in the teens across the hill country this morning. A low of 30 in Carrizo Springs, also 30 in Cotulla. Expect similar numbers tomorrow morning, maybe just a few degrees warmer, but overall another widespread freeze expected tonight and again Saturday night. Notice though, as we get into next week, our morning lows come back above freezing, still in the 30s, but we'll get a chance to be a bit more seasonable as we head into next week. We'll detail your weekend forecast and get you a look at the full planning forecast in just a little bit. Stephanie?
Now, warming centers throughout Bexar County are open tonight. You see them right there on your screen. We list the 6 locations that open tonight at 7 p.m. through tomorrow at noon. Now, there are centers on the north and west sides, along with Leon Valley and China Grove.
It is a one-of-a-kind place, Morgan's Wonderland, expanding its vision with the help of public dollars. The City Council approved how to spend more than $212 million of mostly federal money from the American Rescue Plan Act yesterday, $15 million of it for Morgan's Wonderland. Garrett Berger talked with founder Gordon Hartman about what that money will do.
Built on a dream of inclusion, Morgan's Wonderland is including more and more, growing beyond its start as a theme park for people with disabilities. San Antonio leaders eager to help pay.
I will jump at the chance in a balanced and equitable manner to support that mission, and that's what we're doing.
The $15 million they approved Thursday will help with enhancements at the park, a new pediatric care center, and money to help complete a multi-assistance center already under construction.
Once the MAC is fully operational, it will actually be able to assist up to 10,000 individuals with special needs on an individual basis.
But the fact that only 3 entities, including Morgan's Wonderland, were singled out for funding in Thursday's spending framework, while others will have to apply later down the line, irked some.
How did they jump to the front of the line when City Council and Steph never offered the rest of the residents of this town the same opportunity to negotiate such sweetheart deals?
Hartman says Morgan's Wonderland followed the process, giving information and attending every ARPA meeting they could.
We started just very early to ensure that we gave every bit of information that was necessary in an effort to explain what we do and why we do it and how it is going to benefit individuals with special needs.
The Pediatric Care Center could break ground early next year, Hartman says, while the MAC is expected to open this summer. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
In other news, fire officials say that an electrical issue is what led to a fire that displaced a family of 6. Flames broke out before 4 a.m. at the mobile home off of Trout Lane near South Presa Street and Highway 181. Because it was so cold, the family had to huddle in their cars while crews were out there battling that fire. And they had a tough job because the firefighters had to keep those flames from spreading to the other homes next door.
We woke up to some popping noises coming from the electrical panel in the master bedroom area. Quickly moving fire, especially with the wind. Once that front door was open, then the fire just started going through the actual structure itself and through the roof.
Yeah, you can see that structure is a total loss. The family also had 3 dogs, but only 2 of them have been found safe. We know that right now the Red Cross is helping that family.
Castle Hills police need your help. They're looking for 1 suspect in connection with an overnight break-in and chase. So far, 3 other suspects have been captured. That incident happened after Castle Hills police responded to a suspicious person call at a home. Upon their arrival, police saw a man sitting in a car parked in the backyard. Shortly after, that man took off along with 3 other people that were inside the home. Castle Hills police, along with SAPD, chased the suspects, leading to the arrest of 3 of them. Police believe the group was actually breaking into the home. They also say the car found was stolen with a gun inside. The suspects face numerous felony and misdemeanor charges.
A man is facing charges for allegedly kicking a woman out of his car and then running her over. 38-year-old Jose Moreno Jr. is facing 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Police say that Moreno, the woman, and her young son were all in the car when they got into an argument about whether Moreno was on drugs. Police say that Moreno kicked the woman out and the boy also of the vehicle, then allegedly made a U-turn and hit the woman as she was walking next to her son. The woman was knocked unconscious. She was taken to the hospital in serious condition. Now, as for the boy, he was not hurt, but Moreno's bond now is set at $450,000.
I want you to check this out. A new park on the far northwest side is one for the dogs. Spurs Sports and Entertainment preparing to open the largest dog park in Bexar County. That's right, the Spurs. RJ Marquez got a sneak peek at these new dog digs near La Cantera.
Owners and their pups will soon have a new place to play and run in San Antonio. The Spurs are putting together the final touches for this dog park, which is part of their new campus that will feature a team training facility and much more. But before that, these 4 pups from SNPSA, the local nonprofit that rescues and helps animals find homes, got a chance to check out the digs along with the Spurs Coyote.
You can see how wonderful they are and how socialized they are, and they will make great pets, and it does help us get our name out there and spread awareness of just all of the animals that need to be rescued.
Even though they use the coyote as a chew toy several times, they also got to check out the amenities. The park will have large and small dog areas, nature trails, benches, lighting, and shade with over 100 parking spaces.
It's really cool out here, a great space here at the Rock.
Sean Elliott, part of the sneak preview, saying his dog Lulu resembles the other Spurs icon in attendance here today.
Every time actually we let her out, we take her for a walk and she's got her ears up, I just think of the coyote. I mean, Lulu, oh, it's the coyote. I couldn't tell the difference for a second there.
And when this new dog park officially opens up, it will be named, you guessed it, Coyote Dog Park at the Rock at La Cantera. And this is just the first phase of this massive project that includes the Spurs Performance Center and a public outdoor plaza. Reporting from the northwest side, RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Love the coyote.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we only saw cold temperatures while others saw snow, ice, rain. We take a closer look at the storm that affected millions around the U.S.
And a billionaire's philanthropy efforts coming directly to San Antonio schools. We're going to tell you why they're getting this $1 million+ gift.
Plus, it's a stretch of road we've kept our eye on now for the last at least 24 hours. This is I-10 at Kerrville West. You can see traffic is moving. It is a much different scene than what we saw just a few hours ago, actually probably about 8 hours ago last night on the night beat. Things are moving out there, but how about overnight?
Yeah.
We'll tell you about it.
We're going to have more.
You still ahead on the night beat, a murder for hire plot under investigation. Investigators releasing several pictures of this suspect who has ties to San Antonio. We're going to break it all down on the night beat. And we continue to keep an eye on Kerrville. A lot of truckers not only face several hours stuck on the road, they also faced a lot of uncertainty. We're looking into another hurdle that's setting deliveries back. How the law meant to protect drivers is only adding to the challenges created by the weather. It's tonight on the Night Beat at 10.
Now imagine being told that one of the wealthiest women in the world, Mackenzie Scott, was giving millions of dollars to your educational nonprofit.
Yeah, well, the president and CEO of Communities in Schools says it was like the skies parted, revealing a $7 million gift for its programs in more than 100 San Antonio schools.
Our Jesse Degollado tells us why Communities in Schools was chosen for this.
Schools is where we are. Schools are where kids are.
Communities in Schools is there not to do what teachers already do best. CIS staff have backgrounds in social work and counseling.
We're there for the whole child, which means their whole family, and looking at all the different barriers that could potentially get in their way.
It made a difference in my life, and I know they'll continue to make a difference for students every single day in San Antonio.
Its national president and CEO should know. Long before he was on the San Antonio City Council, as a student at South San High School, Communities in Schools helped Saldaña as well. Now he brings news of an unexpected donation, the largest yet for CIS.
In many ways, we passed the test we didn't realize we were taking.
It means so much to have confirmation of the work that we do.
This is now for us an ability to put some jet fuel into the tank and serve more students, we hope, and go deeper with some of the existing schools that we're in.
The historic gift also could be a teaching moment for its students.
What lesson is there for them to learn from this gift?
There may be dark times, but it is always
All right, obviously we had some technical problems with that story. Apologize for that. We've got some late-breaking news, though, we want to give to you. San Antonio police working a fatal shooting scene right now. I believe this is a live picture from the scene.
Yeah, you see multiple police units there on that scene. You're looking at South Flores and Sayers in the south side of town. Now, according to the public information officer from the police department here in San Antonio, we know that one person has been pronounced dead at that scene.
Yeah, we'll be sure to keep you updated on this developing story, both on air and online. Certainly have the very latest coming up on the Night Beat at 10. All right, let's switch to weather right now. It's been the topic really all week.
Yep.
And continues to be, because a lot of people are wondering, how cold is their weekend going to be, Katie Blake?
Well, we're going to have a lot of sunshine, so the mornings will definitely still be cold, and it'll stay cool into the afternoons. But you'll notice as we head through the next few days, those afternoon high temperatures climb steadily into early next week. So probably had to think a lot about the weather this week. Looking forward, this weekend, next week, it won't have to be at the forefront of your mind so much. It's going to be a pretty quiet stretch of weather for us here. Let's look across the country. The same cold front that barreled through our area Wednesday night and brought us that wintry precipitation yesterday is making eastward progress across the country. Teens up near the Great Lakes below zero at International Falls. And you can see where that cold front is. It's 65 in Raleigh there on the East Coast, 40 in Atlanta, and then 27 in Memphis. So cold front continues to march off to the east, and still got some rain along the frontal boundary there and some winter weather across parts of the Northeast and New England tonight. Back here in Texas, things starting to settle down. We've got surface high pressure moving in behind that low pressure system and cold front. This will be with us through the weekend, and it spells a lot more sunshine for us over the next couple of days, and generally just quiet weather for the weekend. So things are looking pretty good here over the next couple of days. Now, mornings this weekend, we will be back to a freeze, a hard freeze overnight tonight. Not a hard freeze technically Saturday night, Sunday morning, but we will still dip below freezing through early on Sunday. So freeze prep still will need to take place for the next couple of nights. 50 tomorrow afternoon, mid 50s on Sunday with a little bit of patchy morning fog possible. Beautiful out there. It's going to be a calm, quiet but cold night for us. We're already down to 40. Winds are out of the northwest at 14, so that puts our wind chill at 32. So wind chill's not nearly as low as they were earlier in the day, but with that breeze hanging around, we're still pulling a bit of a wind chill factor. Bottom line, if you got plans tonight, you will want to stay bundled up for sure. Temperatures will quickly fall into the 30s after the sun goes down here. That's coming up very shortly. We should be below freezing by a degree or two by about 10 p.m. Winds becoming light as we get closer to midnight, 30 at midnight, and then down into the upper 20s tomorrow morning. 39 in New Braunfels currently, already very close to freezing in Fredericksburg, 36 in Rock Springs, and 48 out in Del Rio. Here's a look at our sustained winds. Again, still pretty breezy. Winds are about 10 to 20 miles per hour currently. They're going to gradually let up overnight. Most of us will have winds overnight about 5 to 10 miles per hour. What I do want to point out here is that across the hill country in areas well west of 35 like Del Rio, even Eagle Pass, Rock Springs, your wind speeds will be just a little lighter overnight, closer to about 2 to 4 miles per hour. And that's where we could see some patchy fog develop. It's not going to be too widespread or too dense, but the kicker here is that we've got to set up for some patchy fog, but we're also going to be below freezing in those areas. So any fog that develops will be freezing fog. This is not something that we have to deal with often, and I don't expect issues with it tomorrow morning, but any fog that develops into tomorrow morning will be freezing fog, and that can leave a very thin layer of ice on any surfaces, and that includes roadways. So just out of an abundance of caution, out across the hill country, areas well west of 35, before you get out on the roads in the morning, check in with Sarah Spivey on GMSA, get the latest visibility numbers, because if we can have some fog develop, it could leave a few little icy spots, mainly on some of the elevated roadways. I don't anticipate a lot of issues, but it's just something to keep in mind. And again, that'll be out in the hill country and well west. So hard freeze tomorrow morning will go Low right around 27 here in San Antonio, low 20s the farther north you go. 27 for your morning low in Elmendorf, 26 in Von Ormy. But with abundant sunshine again tomorrow, we warm up pretty nicely. It's not bathing suit weather, don't get crazy, but we will start to gradually warm up here next couple of days. Next week looks nice and quiet, very seasonable, with afternoon highs in the 60s, back closer to 70 by about this time next week, guys.
You know, the good thing is the one guy who would think this is bathing suit weather is the guy you're filling in for. So, you know, luckily he's not in town, you know.
This is true,
That
Adam.
is true, yeah.
All right. So Larry's joining us here now. So, okay, we're keeping a very close eye on a local talent who's got one more shot. He's going to play in the Senior Bowl.
Yes, J.T. Woods, who went to Steele High School, then he was a star safety at Baylor University, is going to get to show showcase his skills one more time at the Senior Bowl tomorrow. And how about this? His nickname is the Heartbreak Kid. He's going to tell us why. And the Spurs, well, they are upset for DeJounte Murray for not becoming an All-Star. Coming up. Spurs point guard DeJounte Murray is having a career season, but that still wasn't good enough to get him a 2022 NBA All-Star nod. The Western Conference reserves were announced in the first quarter. The Spurs lost to the Heat last night, and now he can only get in as an injury replacement picked by NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Murray is averaging 19.6 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 9.1 assists per game this season, all career highs. On top of that, he's also in the top 5 in the NBA in assists and steals. But with the Spurs sitting 12th in the West at 19 and 34, Western Conference coaches passed on Murray.
Personally, I would kind of take it on us more than him because, I mean, our record, it's tough to put him in there. So obviously his numbers, his talent, everything, he's an all-star. So I feel bad personally, but he's going to keep working and he's going to get there.
I think he's had an all-star year. The record takes some of the shine away from him, but, you know, he's done it at both ends of the court. So, you know, the rebounding, the defense, the scoring, he's been doing everything for us. So I'm disappointed that he didn't make it for him, but he'll figure it out. He'll keep working.
Spurs will host the Rockets tonight at 7:30. Lonnie is out with right knee soreness, and Jock Landale remains in concussion protocol. Baylor Bears safety and Still High School alum J.T. Woods will wrap up his college football career in the Reese's Senior Bowl tomorrow afternoon. He'll join area guys Spencer Burford and Tariq Woolen. Woods is a long, explosive safety who was able to erase big plays with this range. He had 6 interceptions this season, tied for the most in the FBS. Woods is one of 4 safeties on the American squad at the Senior Bowl, but the only one with the nickname Heartbreak Kid. We caught up with him via Zoom to ask him why he's HBK.
First off, SA legend Shawn Michaels, I grew up really, really big on wrestling. And so him being from San Antonio, I kind of took towards him. And his nickname was the Heartbreak Kid as well. Yes. But just, it kind of came about, one of the coaches was kind of joking with me. I had during fall camp, I'd had like a whole bunch of interceptions. And so it was kind of like I break the hearts of the quarterback. So he just kind of started calling me HBK, and it just kind of, it kept growing and growing. And then it just kind of became a thing. Like that was kind of me. That was my alter ego, the Heartbreak Kid.
Woods will look to break more QB hearts tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. in the Senior Bowl from Mobile, Alabama, and then one day in the NFL. Wednesday at Southside High School, defensive star Cody Wilkerson signed his NOI to attend Concordia University, Nebraska. Cody made an official visit and said he liked the campus, the professors, and that the coaches there wanted him. He said the process was stressful because he didn't know if he was going to play at the next level, but Concordia offered, and now he's a Bulldog after talking things over with his parents.
I talked to my family, just talk about that. And then when Concordia gave me an offer, I was like, I had to sit down and talk about my family with it. So I just decided where I want to go.
We have a list of various signings right now on the sports page at KSAT.com, and we update it as more signings come in. That's former NHL goalie Marty Turco ice skating on the streets in his Dallas neighborhood. He wrote, "It brings back childhood memories." He was drafted by the Stars in 1994 and was making good use of Mother Nature's sheet of ice.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, he had to have done that when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And then a car comes, game off.
Game on, get out of the way, everybody.
Game on, all that good stuff.
It looked fun.
Yeah.
Definitely looked fun. And don't go away, because after the break, we're going to talk about a major event that's kicking off the rodeo.
It is that time again. Are you ready? The rodeo is coming to town, and tomorrow it kicks off with the Western Heritage Cattle Drive.
Joining us now live to talk about the event are Alex Peña and Jennifer Dilla. They are the chairman and vice chairman of the event. Alex, I'll start with you. What can people expect this year? Is there anything new?
Actually, yes, there is. We have, of course, a head of 50 head of cattle that's coming from Carson City from the Kimball Ranch, and then we have another 50 head of sheep that are coming, being herded by the sheepdogs. This is something that's completely different that no other really Western parade actually had. We're the first ones to actually start that.
I'm always amazed by just cattle. Huge cattle going through downtown San Antonio. I mean, how do you get ready for this? How many people does it take to put on an event like this?
Well, right now we have over 300 members on our committee, taking us through downtown San Antonio. And we have the extraordinary Kimball Cattle Company who takes care of the Longhorns, and they bring their wonderful animals to come visit us downtown.
Now, Alex, here's the thing. We've got to be honest about the weather, right? It's going to be cold tomorrow. You want people to go there and be prepared. But, come on. This is also South Texas. People aren't necessarily used to this kind of weather. What advice would you give them just so that they go to the event and make sure that they're comfortable?
Well, dress in layers. But this is rodeo weather. I mean, it's always cold. It's always drizzly. But this is rodeo weather. I've always had the same that I've been doing for the last 14 years. It never rains on my parade. So once again, I've been able to run that statement one more time. It never rains on my parade.
I have my coveralls ready. I have my layers, my jackets, my vest. I'll be dressing in layers. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come out and we'll be ready.
Yeah, and you got your hat to keep you warm, so it's all good. I want to talk about the history of this event and what it signifies. I mean, obviously, for many of us, it signifies, hey, it's rodeo time. But talk about some maybe more in depth what this cattle drive signifies.
Right. So traditionally, back in the 1800s, when the cattle drive, bringing the cattle all the way up through, South Texas up to the north. Coming through San Antonio was a main thoroughfare for this, these events. And this just kind of ties all of that history together. The Longhorns played a big part in that role. And that's what we're just trying to continue that history and some of the things that we bring together through South Texas.
And how about the route, Alex, if you can answer that question, just so that we can kind of guide people and let them know where it's going to be more or less.
We start underneath 35 by the Santa Rosa Hospital. And it goes all the way up Houston Street. We do have a detour this year, which is going to turn on Travis, go north on Santa Rosa, turn right on Travis, and then go back down to Main, and then back up on Houston all the way to the Alamo.
And that's why we usually try to stick to Houston Street. It's just the significance of the history for San Antonio and South Texas cattle drives.
It really is it is a cool sight. If you've never been out there, to just see all these cowboys and the Longhorns and the sheep that were added just coming down the street. Is there a place that you think is perhaps the best to get a view of all this taking place tomorrow morning?
Well, luckily, fortunately, we have SA Live doing the broadcast there at Jefferson and Houston Streets. So if you'd like to be on camera, I think that's a wonderful place to go visit.
Yeah, Mike and Fiona will be out there. Our coverage starts at 11 a.m. Yeah.
That's right. But of course, anywhere along Houston Street and the detour across Travis there is no bad place. You have a wonderful front row view for all the cattle and all the parade participants that we have coming this year. We have a great lineup.
The significant thing about all of this and listening to the cattle coming up the street, and you hear their hoofs hitting the ground, and then you hear their horns as they're clicking back and forth as they're moving right along. It's such a unique, if you just sit there and listen just for a few minutes, and you can imagine what it was like back in the early 1800s, 1900s, what it was for them to bring them cattle all the way through San Antonio and on to South Texas, or up through South Texas all the way back up there. As you see some of the sheep and the dogs that are herding them. And then if you look behind them, they have some training dogs that are behind them as well.
Interesting.
Now for the people, we want to go back to, so we just said that we're going to broadcast this event live at 11 o'clock tomorrow here on KSAT. We're super excited about that. For the people who aren't going to be able to go to the event, maybe they just have an option to sit home and watch it. Are there any specific things that they should be looking out for?
Any number of, so we have a fan favorite event that they can participate in if they're going to be watching it on TV. We also have just the number of participants that are, we have over 40 participants coming, horse groups, wagons, walking groups, just signifying the different history that San Antonio has to offer.
Yeah, it's quite an event. I mean, it's more than just cattle and sheep. I mean, there are also different, like you said, you have the KSAT as well from Fort Sam will be part of that. That's a significant event in and of itself.
Well, and not only is that going on, we have a Wrangler breakfast that starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. You see the biscuits and gravy there. We also have the Vaquero cook-off, which is at Market Square, which is strictly Mexican food being cooked as a cook-off. Vaquero meaning cowboy in Spanish.
Yes.
And then we have the 5K Stampede run that starts at 9:30. So we have a full day of events going on tomorrow.
It's always fun. And I did notice the biscuits and gravy because now I'm hungry.
Alex Pena and Jennifer.
And this is free to the public. It's 100%. All the events are free to the public.
Absolutely. Glad you pointed that out.
All right. And lots of family fun. Thank you so much, Alex Pena and Jennifer Dilla. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
I'm sure you guys have tons to do, so we'll let them get back to work.
Busy night. And by the way, GMSA starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we know that we're just going to be showing all the stuff, all the preparation. So, yeah, you should be watching out for that tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after this.
We experienced it here, a massive winter storm moving across the country, now heading to the northeast after wreaking havoc in parts of the central U.S. and the South.
We know that there were more than 300,000 outages reported across several states. We had ice, we had snow, heavy rain pummeling some areas for hours. Yikes. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
The Northeast is bracing for another round of severe winter weather on top of all the snow and ice already impacting some areas.
I mean, it's shattered, but all the little glass flew on me, was all over me.
Maureen Reagan of Massachusetts urging drivers to clean their cars and trucks as this next storm moves in after a chunk of icy snow from a box truck crushed her windshield on the highway.
Every time the car moved, it felt like the windshield was going to break in even more.
Parts of the Midwest and South hammered with rain, ice, and snow. Frozen power lines and ice-covered trees toppling to the ground in Tennessee, where more than 134,000 customers reported power outages. In Memphis, cell phone video shows the aftermath of a major 16-car pileup. In Texas, thousands losing electricity. As the area prepares for more sub-freezing temperatures, officials keeping a close eye on the state's power grid, which was crippled by a deep freeze less than a year ago.
Most of the state will continue to experience sub-freezing temperatures for a few more nights. The power grid continues to perform well at peak demand during this winter storm.
The storm system has stretched more than 2,000 miles, not only affecting road travel, but also thousands of flights. Just about every major airport in the Northeast is affected, including Boston, Newark, LaGuardia, and JFK. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
The upcoming Warner Brothers movie musical adaptation of The Color Purple now has its leading ladies. Fantasia and actress Danielle Brooks will reprise their roles as Celie and Sophia, respectively. Fantasia, a former American Idol winner, made her Broadway debut as Celie in the original stage production in 2007.
Meanwhile, Brooks earned a Tony nomination in the show's revival back in 2016. Now, if you know Brooks, you probably recognize her from her role as Tasha, aka Tasty Jefferson, in the Netflix show Orange is the New Black. Exciting stuff.
All right, so let's switch to weather right now. And is there a concern about roadways as we get colder and colder, Katie?
If there's any lingering moisture, yes, but the sun really helped us out today, and a lot of the moisture evaporated. Now, we had a lot of ice to melt on the trees, on the power lines. So if any of that water is still standing on the side of the roadways as we drop back below freezing, yes, we could have maybe a few isolated issues here or there early in the morning. So if you'll be out early tomorrow, keep that in the back of your mind. But we're looking a lot better tomorrow morning, even than what we potentially could have been dealing with this morning. So things are looking up. Now, before the wintry weather yesterday at the airport, we got more than 1.5 inches of rain. That brings our rainfall total for the year to just a smidge over 2 inches. So yesterday really helped us out. We're still below normal as far as rainfall goes out in Del Rio as well. Austin has been hogging it all. They're doing really good in the rainfall department. Over the next 5 days, there's really not a chance of rain. You'll notice on the southern tier of our counties, McMullen County, LaSalle County, Live Oak, B County, you all are in this contour here that's less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. Down in deep South Texas, south of Corpus Christi, they've got a decent shot to see maybe between 1/2 inch and 1 inch of rain, and that's likely to come on Monday. So here's what we've got going on. Jet stream will be dropped down pretty far south across Texas and northern Mexico. As we get into late Sunday, early Monday, there's going to be a little piece of rain-making energy that's going to scoot over deep South Texas, and you'll see that even by Monday morning, it's putting out a little bit of rain, some additional cloud cover for us, but unfortunately, any good rainfall is going to be way down to our south, closer to the border there, south of Corpus Christi. So that won't give us any rainfall. We'll bring in some additional cloud cover, I think, Sunday night into Monday, but that'll be about it. So a dry stretch of weather for us over the next week or so. 21 our morning low today, 43 the afternoon high, and we'll see another big swing in our temperatures from morning to afternoon over the next few days. Record low for today was 18, so we got close. That was back in 1912, but didn't quite break today's record low temperature. Look at your day tomorrow, 27 in the morning. So again, not quite as cold, but we do expect a widespread hard freeze for much of the area. But look, we jump up to 50 tomorrow afternoon thanks to abundant sunshine, some dry air, and also light winds. 41 by lunchtime tomorrow. So a cool day, but we'll continue to warm up a little bit each afternoon heading into the start of next week. Still pulling a little bit of a wind chill. This morning, these numbers were in the teens and single digits, so in comparison, it's not too bad. But it does feel like 25 up in Kerrville right now, feeling like 32 here in San Antonio, thanks to a lingering breeze. Our winds are still about 10 to 15 miles per hour in many spots, but wind speeds are starting to drop. And for much of us, most of us, winds will be light overnight, just about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But way west of the interstate and also across parts of the hill country, wind speeds will drop off just a bit more. And that's where we could see some patchy fog develop. Now, the issue here is that temperatures will be below freezing, so any fog that develops will be freezing fog. That just means that where fog develops, there could be a little icy glaze left over. That includes any surfaces and also some roadways. I expect fog, if it develops, to be very, very patchy, so we don't anticipate widespread issues. But if you're in this area, check in with meteorologist Sarah Spivey tomorrow on GMSA. Starting at 6, she'll have the latest visibility numbers, so if we do have any freezing fog out there, she'll give you the very latest in the morning, because that can create just a few slick spots, and we want to avoid that, that's for sure. Here's a look at your morning lows tomorrow. Hard freeze once again. We'll drop down to 25 in Stone Oak, 25 Helotes, 26 at Lackland. But with the blue sky, sunshine tomorrow, a lot of us will warm up into the low to mid 50s, and a warming trend continues all the way into next week, guys.
All right, Katie, thank you. And up next, we're going to get you caught up on all the day's news.
Good morning. It is Friday the 4th. A wind chill of 6 Lee. How do you put that into words?
I think it feels colder than that, Mike. All the exposed skin is just on fire right now. It is just so cold, and every time those gusts of wind that you mentioned come through, it makes it even worse. I have layers on layers on layers, and it's still bitterly cold.
We also have some breaking news about a fatal crash in Kerrville. That happened last night. Kerrville police say all the ice on I-10 caused the driver of a big rig to crash into an F-350 around 9:30 last night. This is not video of that specific accident. It does show you just how bad the traffic was and the roads were yesterday. We're told 2 people in the pickup truck taken to the hospital. 1 died at last check, the other person in critical condition. No charges are pending at this time.
It's our understanding as well that there were other issues on the road ahead of that 18-wheeler. So it wasn't just one accident, it was a number of stalled vehicles as well.
Yeah, he was keeping a positive attitude by calling family and friends, just hanging out on the phone. Yeah, there was actually the frozen roads west of Kerrville were causing part of the problem. And then there was that jackknife 18-wheeler, and that's part of what you see backed up right here in that long line of trucks.
It's been a frigid 24 hours in San Antonio. The winter storm dropping temperatures into the 20s. Road conditions seeing several closures, but now things seem to be clearing up for the most part. CPS Energy says they've had crews work throughout yesterday and overnight to bring back power to people affected by the high winds, heavy rain, and to icy conditions.
All right, the warm-up is underway, but it will be very cold the next couple of mornings with a freeze Saturday morning, Sunday morning. Next week looks quiet, guys.
All right, and then we have the rodeo. Get excited. We'll see you on the Night Beat.
Take care.